Hey guys, welcome. In my previous video, some viewers left comments asking how to use missiles in Star Citizen. I think what they are asking is how to fire missiles that hits, how to use missiles effectively. Because the missile mechanics in Star Citizen is still quite buggy, and if you don't know the trick, it will be difficult for you to hit the targets. So in this video, let's do a basic missile tutorial with the goal of helping you choose and fire missiles more effectively and consistently that hit your targets, especially most of the PvE targets. And we are going to use the Gladiator for this video. Speaking of the Gladiator, I'm so excited because it is one of the 4 best in show ships this year, which means finally we're getting a paint job for the ship at the end of this year. I really can't wait. And together with the Gladiator, we also have the Polaris as number 1, the Asgard as number 2, the Zeus number 3, and the Gladiator number 4. As of right now, we do not know the color theme for these best in show ships yet, but please, no more purples. We had more than enough of that. Now, in Star Citizen, we have 3 types of missiles, categorized by their tracking signatures: IR, infrared, EM, electromagnetic, and CS, cross-section. By their name, IR missiles such as Maskman 1, Rattler 2, Viper 3, Valkyrie 5, they track target ship's infrared signature, which is the overall heat of the ship accumulated by the using of the components, engines, and weapons. EM missiles such as Task Force 1, Dominator 2, Thunderbolt 3, and Scimitar 5, they track target ship's electromagnetic signature, which mainly emitted by the ship's components, especially your quantum drives. And that is why when the ship is in navigation mode, usually they have the highest EM signatures. Cross-section missiles such as Spark 1, Tempest 2, Arrestor 3, and Stalker 5. They track target ship's cross-section, which is only affected by the angle that you're facing your target ships. Usually, facing target ship's nose has the lowest cross-section. In most of the case, facing the top, but sometimes the side of the target ship will have the highest cross-section. So knowing these 3 types of missiles and their tracking signatures will help you choose the appropriate missiles. For example, the smaller the target ship, the smaller the cross-section. And if the target ship is a stealth ship, such as the Razor, then the EM missiles will be less effective. But if you don't want to think about all these, there was a simple rule. Before, you can simply choose the Task Force 1 for Size 1 missiles and Rattler 2 for Size 2 missiles. But that rule doesn't work very well anymore because the Task Force 1 missiles had the best explosion radius, which was maximum about 14 meters, but that has been reduced to only 1 meter recently, so that advantage was gone. The Rattler 2 missiles had the best locking range of 50 meters to 500 meters, but that has changed to minimum 1.8 kilometers of locking range recently. So that advantage has been taken away as well. As a matter of fact, we just had a missile lock range overhaul for all missiles. So all size 1 missiles, minimum lock range is now 1.7 kilometers instead of 1. All size 2 missiles, 1.8 kilometers. All size 3 missiles, 1.9. And all size 4 and size 5 missiles, 2 kilometers minimum lock range, except the Scimitar 5. And plus the high cost for rearming those missiles, so the missiles in general are not in a good spot right now. However, it is still part of the ship combat gameplay, and if you know how to choose and use them, it can still be very fun. Now, the question is how to fire them effectively. So on this ship, I have all 3 types of missiles. I have these Rattler 2s, which are the IR missiles, Dominator 2, which are the EM missiles, as well as these Stalker 5, which are the size 5 torpedoes, and these are cross-section. So we're going to be using all 3 types of missiles for this mission. Contact is a Gladius. We're going to use the Rattler 2 missiles first. We're going to fire 1 at a time. So first question is how to fire missiles, but this question is actually when to fire the missiles. So the missile lock mechanics in Star Citizen is by the audio cue, not the visual cue, even though visually you can see the target lock pip. But that does not give you the correct lock signal. So the only time that you know that your missile is locked is when you hear target lock approaching. There we go. When you hear lock, that is a moment you know your missile is locked. However, there is a trick. Sometimes you can lock the target for 1 second or even a split of a second, and next second it will unlock for you. However, you still have the visual cue. You still have the big circle locked on the target. So when you lose a target lock and you fire, for example, right now, I don't know if I'm locked or not because I have locked for a while. So I'm just going to fire one missile. You see that missile should miss. Yeah, that missile is a miss. So let's try to lock again. Locked. Now I fire. Oh, this is a good fire. It's tracking. However, I don't think my missile hit the target. So the most effective way to fire the missile is the moment you hear lock. The moment you hear lock and you fire. Especially when you're using cross-section missiles. Slight angle change will change the target lock. Fire. So the moment I hear lock, I fire. Don't even wait.
Lock. Okay.
I hit a couple times. Now let's change to Dominator 2. This is the EM missile. Locking on the Gladiator. Fire. So my EM missile can lock about 5 kilometers, but my IR can lock within 4 kilometers. So that's a good hit. Another thing is sometimes you have locked the ship for a while. For example, you fired one missile and you still have that missile lock for a while. You still have that circle. So what you do is when you fire the second volley of missiles, you either have to unlock that ship, unlock it, and then lock again to make sure you hear the missile cue, lock cue, like that. Now you fire the missile. So basically, do not trust the circle. Only fire when you hear the lock sound. If you want to fire the second volley, relock the target until you hear the lock. And then the moment you hear lock, you fire right away. So fire my Gladius. Good hit. Now, second trick. This can increase your chance of hitting the target, which is sub-targeting and fire missiles. For example, I have locked that Gladius. Now I'm going to sub-target. So the moment you sub-target, your lock mechanics will relock the ship. So the moment I sub-target, you will hear another sound says lock. That's because I sub-targeted the ship, so it will relock the target. So that is also another way of relocking. Sub-target, lock, fire. Hit. Lock, sub-target, lock, fire another. Good hit. Alright, let's change to Rattler 2 missiles. I'm gonna fire 4 of them. Let's destroy that Gladius. Lock, sub-target, lock, fire. Oh, that's a good hit, but not destroyed yet. Lock, sub-target, lock. Oh, I think I lost that lock. My missile is not going. So I'll fire a little bit slow. You can see that is a failed lock, failed fire. Alright, next target is the Vanguard. Now, we are going to use torpedoes for that Vanguard. The torpedo's lock range is 2 kilometers. So now we're actually testing the cross-section missiles or torpedoes. So I target lock that ship already. I need to sub-target.
Hit. Lock.
Oh, I lost the range. Too close. Now, firing cross-section missiles or torpedoes, you need to be very fast, very quick. The moment you hear target lock, you need to fire.
Lock.
Otherwise, you will miss the angle and then the missile will not hit. So fired. Oh, did I hit? I think I hit it. It's just a desync. Yes, I hit it, the ship. His shield is taking damage. Fire. The moment I hear, I fire.
Lock.
Oh, that's a good hit. Okay, I'm gonna fire 2 at the same time. Last 2.
Lock.
Fire.
Shields hit.
Oh, 1 got destroyed. Another 1 hit. Wow, Torpedo is not able to destroy that ship. So this is the simple missile firing guide. First, be aware of the type of missiles that you're choosing and you're using. Second, only use the audio cue to fire. The moment you hear lock, don't even wait for the entire word lock. Just start, pull the trigger. And third, if you want to fire the second volley, make sure to relock the target. And last but not least, make a habit of sub-targeting the ship and then fire missiles. You can also use sub-targeting trick to relock the target. And the default key for sub-targeting is R. And I hope these tricks can help you fire missiles more consistently and effectively. Thanks for watching.